Remember, y'all, it's not from above if it's not done in love. It's Chelsea, baby.
All right, hey, wonderful people. So, happy Monday. Yes. So, I have been reading Esther. So, today I want to talk about haters. Now, sometimes with our haters, we basically do exactly what they want us to do. We get all worked up, and it causes us to come off track because we're trying so hard to either prove them wrong or either listen to what they have to say, and then we just get knocked up off our game instead of just sticking with our plan and just ignoring them. Or either we do too much too fast to try to prove them wrong. Well, I've been reading Esther. So most of the time when people read Esther, they come from the whole thing of that Esther was a queen. God chose her, and it's just such time as this, and the way she helped out her people. Well, today, or this past period of time when I've been reading it, I'm getting a different understanding of it, and it's more so of our haters. So for those of you that do not know the story of Esther, I recommend that you read it, but I'll give you a little synopsis of the part that I'm talking about. So Esther had a cousin named Mordecai. You know, Esther was the queen at this point, and it was a guy named Haman that didn't like Mordecai, wanting to kill Mordecai and the Jews. Esther was also a Jew. So Mordecai came to her a few times, you know, will you vouch for our people? And at first she didn't want to, but then when she finally came around to it, she started having banquets. And so Haman, which is the guy that wanted to kill their people, her cousin Mordecai and their people, the Jews, and the king was in the banquet. So he had it for the first day. Right before the second day, the king couldn't sleep. So he told his people to come and read like the things that have been going on in the palace. I forgot exactly what they called it. But he found out in there that Mordecai had warned him that some doorkeepers were wanting to kill him. So he basically saved his life. And it was talking about how he was like, I didn't do anything to him. So the next day, Haman came in and he said, what should I do so honorable for someone that has done something great? And so Haman automatically assumed that it was for him. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. Haman also didn't like Mordecai because of, I want to say it's because of the favor that God had on him and the way he appeared to him. And he had a bit of jealousy, if you ask me. So his wife and friends had told him to build a gallows, which according to the King James Version, and a gallows is basically just a tall piece of wood. Some people explain it as a cross, or it's a part of tree, of course, because it's wood. And so he had built this gallows and was going to ask the king to hang Mordecai on it. So when Haman came in, he was like, what should you do for such honorable? So he told him all the things. He said, you should give him some of your nicest clothes that you don't wear that much. Put him on a horse, ride him through the city, let everyone see and say great things about him. And so he automatically assumed that the king was talking about him. So the king told him, yeah, you go do that. Go do that for Mordecai. And so that was the first thing that stuck out to me. Whenever an enemy try to come against you, there is always going to be something or someone that will cause that same enemy to either come need your help or to come to you for something. So he didn't like this man and he wanted to kill this man. But the king had him actually take him through the city. And the version that I read even said that he didn't want to do it. So he had like a cloth or a mask over his face. So that was the first thing that stuck out to me. Now, secondly, that night at the banquet, Mordecai was also at the banquet. And so finally, because the whole time, if you're reading, the king were asking, during the whole banquets and going on, the king was asking, what is your request? And so this is where Esther starts to give her request. She tells the king that she's a Jew and that what was going to happen to them. And so the king, he was like, who gonna kill these people? And I can just imagine she was like, yo, homeboy right there, trying to kill me and my people. Like, well, I mean, she probably wouldn't have been killed because, you know, they didn't know she was a Jew. But anyway, like, homeboy right there. And so it says the king left because he was furious. And so Haman was begging for his life. When the king came back, he ended up being in Esther's bed. And so he was like, oh, so not only are you trying to be this wicked person, and now you're going to try to take my wife right in my house and force yourself upon her in my house. So then they brought out the fact that he had built this gallows to hang Haman on. So the king tells his servant, hang homeboy on them then. So he built this gallows. Him being Mordecai's enemy, built this gallows so that he would have to be hung on it. And the king ended up hanging him on it. So whatever ditch someone digs for you, I guarantee you that they will fall in themselves if you stay the course and you just worry about yourself, do what you're supposed to do. Because it's not gonna prosper. It's really not.